Let's get to another topic. Obviously, Dustin Hopkins, we mentioned him briefly in the YouTube show. He's been terrible this year. Had his best year as a pro. Last year, he's having his worst year as a pro. This year, he's making about, 63% of his kicks?
Yes.
Which in the modern NFL is terrible. Last week was particularly bad. He missed 2 field goals for the season, 16 of 25, just hideous. He's gone from being super reliable last year to being completely unreliable. You don't even want to see him out there. There's a kicking competition. The Browns brought a kicker onto the practice squad. They're apparently, we all heard from Bubba Ventrone, the Browns special team coach, that they were, going to have a competition. Best man wins. A, do you expect him to play, Jason? And B, if he does play, does this competition good for him potentially? And do you feel like he'll be better this week?
I don't think he'll play this week. I think they'll probably set him for at least a week and let him catch his breath a little bit. The thing that I don't understand about NFL teams, we've talked about this before. The Ravens feel like the only team that actually takes kicking seriously and really sort of invests resources and money into actual kicking consultants and actual kicking specialists. What does Bubba Ventrone know about kicking field goals?
Nothing.
And that's not a knock on Bubba, who's widely regarded as a pretty good special teams coach. It's around the league that it's such a special niche in this game. And as many games has come down to field goals and three-point games and last-minute kicks, and as much as NFL teams try and win on the margins, I don't understand why more teams don't take kicking seriously and bring in kicking consultants, bring in kicking coaches. There are kicking coaches around the country that's all they do is run kicking clinics and whatever else.
Yeah.
And everyone says Phil Dawson. Phil would be great. I'm not sure Phil wants to do it. But there's other guys to go get. I don't understand why more NFL teams don't invest more time and resources into kickers. So when things come up like this, like Dustin Hopkins has to feel like he's on an island right now in terms of figuring this out.
Is part of it that maybe kickers are such lone wolves that they just kind of, just because another kicker, everybody, it's a lot of it when they struggle is in their head.
It is mental. But again, if you have someone else who specializes in this.
Yeah, it makes sense.
How many games do we see every week come down to a last-second kick? And teams just sort of discard the kicker like, they're not on the team. They're just a kicker.
You guys are two baseball guys. If they have pitching coaches, why do you, and pitching is what? Mechanics.
Yeah.
It's all about your motion. It's all about how you view the game. It's a mental aspect to it. So, kicking and pitching to me have a lot of the same, same type of skill sets that are involved. And I'm with Jason. You guys are lone wolves until you bring somebody else in and say, hey, this is how you would want to do it. Let's come up with a routine and a plan so we can actually practice these things so we can make it a more routine kick. Now, I'm not sure if Hopkins is going to miss any field goals in this opportunity.
You think he's going to play?
I think he will, and I think he misses a kick.
I think he will too, but I wouldn't play him, but I think they will. And I think he'll miss a kick as well. I have no faith in him whatsoever. He looks mentally shot right now.
Get him a coach. Get him a real coach.
They should. That makes a lot of sense.